and welcome to Monday Marketplace here at Country Needleworks in Jenison, Michigan. I'm Sue.
And I am Pam.
And today we have an episode that's near and dear to our hearts. We're going to talk about socks. We could say we're sock talking.
Yeah.
We could say we're silly about socks because we are.
We are.
But this was one of our goals, if you remember, is that I want to become a better sock knitter. Pam wants to continue her streak of, well, lots and lots and lots of socks that Pam knits. So the cool thing is here, we've got some new sock yarn that have come in.
So what perfect time to really talk about socks?
Absolutely, absolutely. So what do we have over on your area of the table here today, Pam?
Well, there's people that don't necessarily like wool sock. Maybe they're allergic to it. Maybe they can't work with wool. So guess what? We have options for that too.
Yeah.
This is called Happy Stripes. It is an organic cotton blend, so that's good for socks. This is an all acrylic blend, so that's great. And these are bamboo, and that's also a breathable natural fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So they make lovely socks. They come in the plain colors. They come in, little speckles. So that's for those that are maybe allergic to wool. And we just have a few other name brands that we carry. This online sock is a little bit of a sturdier sock yarn. It's a little more scruffy, but they last and wear.
Okay, and these, tell us a little bit as we go through too, which ones you've used, because we
have used,
we like the Pam stamp of approval on these
yeah,
too.
Well, yeah, I've used these. I love that.
Okay, and those look like they would do some kind of striping.
They have, this one is a stripe, and this one is a jacquard. When it has little speckles in it like that, a lot of times that will just kind of give you a clue that that is a jacquard.
This is where we learned from Pam with jacquard and how to say jacquard as well.
And then we have Regia, and there's people that I have seen on social media that say, I love Regia, I can't find it in stores. Guess what? We carry it, and these are great guy colors if you need some darker tones.
Okay, I'm going to jump in here because I do that. So this is the fingering weight Regia yarn.
Yes.
We also have it in DK weight.
Correct.
Okay, just thinking ahead. Back to the fingering.
Yep,
Pam.
nope,
okay.
that is it. And the fingering, all of this is the fingering. We have a select or eclectic sock. And this eclectic sock, the colors
those are
great.
Those seem springy to me, or just bright and cheerful.
They're just bright and cheerful. This has a long colorway. So your socks are not going to match, and if that bothers you, then we have
don't buy that yarn.
We have many other options.
Yes.
But they have it pictured in the stripes, and they're fun.
They are fun.
So that is a lovely name brand. I've made socks out of that just knits up great. The Heritage Prints.
They're a crowd pleaser for sure.
Absolutely.
People absolutely love these. And this, a whole bunch of new colors.
Exactly.
Barb could probably tell us how many new colorways they have, but let's look, there's just a lot.
15
new colorways.
Okay. So they're soft, and that's what really gets people's attention.
Right.
And again, as you can see on the label, there's some jacquard. Some of these, what's nice about this?
Oh, those are fun, aren't they?
Yes. What's fun is that they have it all printed out so that you don't have to guess by looking if there are little speckles or are there stripes. So they...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's stripes.
And I'm going to jump back here a minute. We talked about things matching. I know we have some people who are they want it to be exact, but really it seems to be the trend to just go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Yes.
Stripe them. They're fraternal brothers or sisters or socks. They don't have to be exactly alike. Do not put that pressure on yourself.
That's true.
Just have fun striping the socks and let the yarn do the magic, because that is the fun thing about sock yarn.
I have many pairs of socks. I have only one.
We know you have many pairs of socks, like 30.
I only have one that matches identical.
Well, you don't need. We don't need that kind of silly.
Care.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I love how they feel on my feet, and you don't see.
That's true.
For the most part.
It just makes us happy. Okay, so that is the Heritage.
Right.
Now, over here, we've got some brand new Madelinetosh sock yarns that came in. I just absolutely love these. Some beautiful, beautiful colors. And I have to point out that this is my favorite color. It's right next to Gigi Loves Speckles, this beautiful orange. And I love this. This is called Velma Sweater. Now, I love that because of the reason it's called Velma Sweater, and I'm hoping that some of our viewers will know what that is and maybe comment, because that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Then we've got some DK, which in your class, you have a class that you offer that is the DK Shorties.
Right.
Right. So we've got the Regia, as we talked about before. We've got this KFI, which is just absolutely beautiful, beautiful yarn. And then these are really cool too, aren't they? The Wool Addicts.
That yarn is very
Isn't that
soft
beautiful?
as well.
It is very soft.
And you know that, again, you can see that there is a long colorway. So especially in a shorty sock, you're not going to use all of your colors. Those two socks will not match. And that is going to be so much fun.
It is. That is going to be so much fun. It's right. It's right. And then what we've got, we brought some tools out too.
We brought some tools out. You have that little lovely set for your socks.
I do. You know, I've tried so many of our needles here, and I do love all of them. I've been buying needles here for, 12, 14 years. But now that I've got into the Chow Go, I do love those. And this little set, first of all, cute as can be.
It is.
And it has these little tiny, I believe they're 2.5 and 3 inch. I don't know if I can pull this out here, but these are a little shorter, 2.5 and 3 inch. They're size 0 to 3, an interchangeable set of minis. I've started this, my goal with making more socks, and I'm using my little tiny sock set, and I love it. I've got them all right together. I'm also going to be working on some other little projects where I need size 3, so I can use that too. So I do love that set.
And there's little tricks. I think I told you about
yesterday.
yesterday.
Well, share that with our friends.
So there's a 5-inch cable. If you put the 2 inches on the end, you have a 9-inch needle. That is similar to the 9-inch fix that we already have.
Right, that we sell by several different brands.
But some people say that their hands cramp
with the little circumference
in the 9-inch.
Okay.
What you can do, if your sock is big enough and you don't ever want to stretch out your sock in the making process, is you can take a 2-inch for your left hand.
Okay.
And a 3-inch in your right hand, the driving hand.
Okay, your working hand.
Your working hand, because it's a longer hold.
Oh, because the needle's a little bit longer. Okay.
Now it makes it a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
It's now considered a 10-inch.
A 10-inch.
Circular needle. Just a little tip that I just came across the other day.
And you had said something about using a smaller size.
Yes.
Another good tip from Pam.
I have that in a set that I have custom put together for socks, is that if I normally knit on a size 1, my working needle is the size 1. I am pulling off of a size 0. That way it's a bigger stitch. I can get into it quickly.
Okay, and it flows a
and
little
it flows
easier.
and faster. Just another little
Tips from Pro Pam.
We're all about speed because we got lots of socks.
We got a lot of
to
socks.
make.
We got a lot of socks to make. And speaking of that,
Yes.
Really, Valentine's Day is not that far away. Especially if you're a sock knit. Well, Pam, she whips them up in no time, as does our friend Mary and Kathy. But it takes me a little bit longer. We have some absolutely beautiful colorways for Valentine's Day.
Well, of course, we always have to be planning ahead to the next holiday or whatever. These are just really pretty. We just pulled a few of them from the different manufacturers. They've got the pinks and the reds. We've matched up a few contrasting heel and toe colors.
From Emma Smalls.
From
Absolutely.
Emma Smalls.
And we even have this wonderful, I really like this ruler, the sock ruler, that you can put in either for cuff down or toe up socks to use for measuring for size.
Yes.
So that's a handy little tool to have. And speaking of little tools, you might have noticed that I have this really cute little bag hanging on my arm. Yeah, one of our Emma balls. It's the puffins and pullovers, just so you know what it is. And you're thinking, why in the world would Sue have that on her arm? Who knows? But a lot of people in the knitting world are walkers and knitters. So they have this hanging over their arm, and they've got their yarn ball in there. Now, our friend Pam, we were just discussing one of Pam's goals for this year.
Well, one of the goals is, first of all, to maybe be walking more. I'm going to see if I can even try to do that.
Okay, but you said she might go so crazy as to get on a treadmill and
Maybe.
start walking, treadmilling, and knitting at the same time.
We'll see.
So stay tuned for that update.
No promises.
But this is a really cute
It is
bag.
adorable.
Yeah, it is.
And that's exactly what it's made for.
Yeah.
Is walking or even just plain anytime you're sitting, like at a coffee shop.
True. To keep your yarn up off the floor and right there with you. Yeah.
And last but not least, we can't forget our great lions. And so, again, a sock weight yarn. and it would make a fun pair of socks.
In the Detroit
In their
in the
Detroit
Detroit
colors.
colorway, which we have in worsted, we have DK, and we also have it in the sock yarn.
Yes.
So we love that. Well, this is so fun. We've got a lot of beautiful options for socks. Get you excited and see if you could be as silly as we are about socks.
Yes, that's a great goal for 2025. Let us know what you think with the comments on what does Velma's sweater represent.
Yeah.
And then also, if you have any other questions, you can call the store at 616-457-9410 or email us at sales@countryneedleworks.net. And until next time, happy sock making.
Bye-bye.